Hello, this is Terrorontor, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2012 4th of July special. I think we're gonna start off with some fireworks. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just the loveliest thing you've ever seen? We are obviously not in my Let's Play world. This is just going to be an episode where I teach you about all the fun you can have with TNT, why it's actually a very useful item, not just something you mess around with, though it's fun for that as well. So this is actually relatively simple. This is actually relatively simple. It looks really complicated because of all of this redstone going around the outside, but it's not. It's not all that bad. You just load it up and we'll fire it one more time. And then I will do some explaining how this stuff works. So the idea with this whole thing is just that TNT can launch more TNT, and that TNT sitting in water will not destroy or even affect any blocks surrounding them. So let's fire it off one more time. As you can see, all of that TNT drops first into the water, then this one drops. All of those launch, and the middle one up when they explode, and that one is on a delay. Then it explodes up in the air, creating some lovely fireworks. So let's go over and look at some of the other physics of TNT. This is a simple TNT cannon, right? This TNT will explode after all of these, the reason being all of these will explode, right? They're all being powered by this redstone sitting on top of these blocks. It goes into this half slab, which is here to hold this in place, but it won't actually power this TNT through that half slab. If this were a full block, though, it would get power. This one explodes on a delay of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 after these, and this water will end up flowing through all of those when it explodes. Pop, so there it goes. And we're going to try to hit that tree over there. Nailed it. Yep. So this is really easy to reload and use again and again. As you can see, the water gets right to the end there. And let's fire one more time. Bam! Check it out. Flawless aim. Yeah, so that is lots of fun. There are many applications of TNT, and we're going to go check out a couple more of those right now. As you can see, I had some accidents over here, but just ignore those for the time being. You can use TNT to drill giant holes in the ground, and I'll kind of show you how that works. As you can see, if you space these with 3 leaf blocks in between them, I use those because they have such low hardness. Oh, it stopped, darn it. If I remember correctly, this works a little over half the time. Why is it not? Darn it, did I space them too far apart? I might have. I totally did. Oof, oh well. We'll come check this out, and then I'll set up another little something and show that to you in a second. Now these ones are also spaced 3 apart, but I guess we'll see if it works. The idea of this is hollowing out a large space underground. As you can see, each one ends up sort of igniting the next one. Why do they drop apples? Is that a bug? Oh, it's because it's destroying the leaf blocks. Okay. So it doesn't keep going forever, but it does generally work. The idea is that each one ignites the next one by being just an explosion radius. And obviously, this is much easier than hollowing all of this out by hand. So that is cool. And I am going to go set up... Whoop. I am going to go set up another drill type thing, and I will come back to you in just a moment. So see you in a second. Alright, I am back, and I have set this test up again. So let's drill the whole way down to bedrock. So as you can see, I had to light that twice. It did bug once, but it basically made a 3x3 hole in the ground, going the entire way down in a matter of seconds. And that was with each TNT spaced as such. So, there you go, another useful application of TNT. Now this last one is a little far-fetched, I admit, but it actually works really well. We're going to use this as a player launcher, and by that I mean it will fire me into the air. So you see that platform way up there? Let's say I need to get there really quickly, faster than I can actually fly in creative mode. That's where this comes in. Oh man, I didn't quite make it, did I? Alright, let's try that again. All of this stuff is pretty simple to reload. It just takes lots of TNT. Alright, again. We're aiming for that high platform. Oh, nope, not quite making it. Oh well, I can show you actually the point of this, because obviously in creative mode you can fly, you can get anywhere. It's not really a big deal, stuff like that, which is why this is actually, you would actually end up using this in survival mode, believe it or not. So let's try this out. So this time we are aiming for the low platform, because for some reason when I was testing this, you would always go higher in creative than you would in survival. But I don't know, it seemed a little bit buggy, so we'll just try it out. As you can see though, I am wearing full diamond armor that is necessary. I am in survival mode, which means I take damage, and we're gonna do this now. Woot! Alright. And wow, I just survived that. I got up here in a matter of about a second. That is far faster than any piston elevator can move you. I find that quite impressive personally. The only real downside, right, because as you can see I've already regained all that health. The only real downside is how much TNT it takes up. So the very last thing I'm going to show you, oh, still in survival, right. There we go. Very last thing I'm going to show you is how to build some of this stuff. Like, not exactly, I'm not going to walk you through the entire process, but I will show you the general idea. So let's grab some buttons, all these different types of random redstone stuff. We need some TNT. Alrighty, so this stuff is obvious. You just place the TNT, right? But how did I build this, for example? How did I power that entire wall of TNT? That is actually very simple. Place a redstone on the ground, and it's just a matter of doing this. You can make this bit as high as you want. It can go up pretty much endlessly. Well, I guess that's not true. So in this case, let's make it this tall. Then you're going to want to do these 3 more that do not have redstone on top, right? And I will explain to you why all of this works, okay. But that'll be in just a second. Now you're going to go to these spaces and do this type of thing. Wherever there's redstone, there should be a block behind it. Alright, now we'll place down the actual TNT, and this will kind of help us illustrate what's about to happen next. Yep, you're going to want them up to there. Alright, so in this case, how this particular thing works, you place a repeater right here, okay? Now when this sends power, it's sending power to this block, and all blocks directly surrounding that. So it directly sends it to this TNT. But then it also sends it to this redstone and that redstone right there, right? And since those redstone are just a dot on the ground, they don't actually have direction, so they just send out power in all directions, which means that this TNT, this TNT, and this TNT are actually all getting powered by that repeater. Now we also have one right here, though. We just have these actually on all of these blocks. So let's look at this particular one right here, right? So it's sending it to this center block right here, which directly powers this TNT, and then there's redstone on all sides of it, so it actually ends up powering all of these TNT. So in this design, you actually power all of the TNT simultaneously, right? We don't need it on that top one there. And now it's just a matter of sending power to all of these. So we're going to need a half slab. Because just like glowstone used to do in this snapshot, half slabs are a way of instantly sending power upwards. So if we can just place it on all of these, diddly-doo. There we go. We now have instant upward redstone wiring, and it'll send power to all of these at exactly the same time. I find that to be quite exciting. Let's grab some water. And alright, so all of those accidents I had with TNT could have been quite easily avoided had I put some more thought into this. Basically, you just got to do this. Just got to make sure that those TNT don't fall on the edge here. Because if they do, that'll stink. And yep, that should work fine. Now it's just a matter of powering it all. So I'm just going to place that right there. And yep, that looks good. And then it's important that you're standing on a half slab at the end. So there we go. I just rebuilt that player launcher. Really simple. Works just fine. This one will be a bit more powerful. Like, send me into orbit, basically. Yep. So there you go. Those are some TNT physics that you may or may not have known about. Happy 4th of July to everyone out there. Terrorontor is out.